Very quickly, I'm going to go through our crowd here. On a scale of 1 to 10, how worried should Americans be?
About being infected here in America?
Yeah, worried about this really impacting America.
They should be, well, 10 if we're talking about the world, 1 if we're talking about the United States.
Dr. Siegel?
I would agree with 10 and maybe a 2 here, but in the main issue is what's happening over there. If it burgeons out of control, it becomes more of a problem here.
What do you think?
I think, 2 in terms of the actual virus causing a problem, but maybe 8 or 9 in terms of all these missteps affecting the American public's confidence and safety level.
Dr. Abloh?
I'll say a 2 in terms of being infected with the virus, but as a psychiatrist and using that lens, I'll say a 9 in terms of the way that the psychology can turn back on us in an ugly way.
By doing a travel ban, we may not save anybody, but at least people will see we're interested in them and that we're preparing. I know all over the hospitals in the city today, people are learning how to put the suits on, doing checklists, equipment, and I think finally people see something's being done. I think we should continue on this way.
Was it possible that the head of the CDC said, you don't need a private room, you just need a private room and a bathroom? How is that? I blame them. Obama, in the unlikely event it gets into the U.S., it got in, it's here. He said we were prepared if it did get in. Wrong. He lied. Was inaccurate. Not true.
Well, I think there are a couple of things to consider. I mean, there might be some people we want to bring from West Africa, like the Ebola survivors, because they can't get Ebola again. So they may be the ideal people that we'd want here to help treat the patients. They can't catch it.
That's very different than not being prepared.
That's true.
That's very different than false information being given out. Yes, Doctor.
We should know not to trust the CDC. They're an incompetent bureaucracy like so many in Washington, and we should be taking matters into our own hands. They had months and months with this epidemic going on in West Africa to really prepare the country and to help block the admission of these people.
You just said we shouldn't believe the CDC.